activities will focus on, quote, the realization, acceptance, and worship of a Godhead based on artificial intelligence developed through computer hardware and software. And that includes the research funding to help create the divine AI itself. The IRS filing for this says each member is a pioneer in the AI industry and fully qualified to speak on AI technology and the creation of a Godhead. And they're going to worship it like it's a Godhead, and they're going to conduct workshops and educational programs throughout the San Francisco Bay Area beginning this year, because that's where everything about this seems to come from there all the time. He's saying that the idea for this needs to spread before the technology, and the church is how we will spread the word, the gospel. He's calling it the gospel. If you believe in it, start a conversation with someone else and help them understand the same things. There's a whole lot that this guy isn't saying about what they believe in, but I'll just leave it there for now. We'd like to make sure this is not seen as silly or scary. That's funny, because those are the two adjectives that came to my mind instantly when I saw the headline. So this guy he built a self-driving motorbike for the DARPA competition, and then he went on to work on autonomous vehicles for Uber and Google. And I think he's still involved in a lawsuit, but honestly, I didn't even check on that because I'm too busy reading about this right now. So the whole thing is about this transition, that right now we're in charge of the planet because we're smarter than other animals and we can build tools and apply rules. He says, quote, in the future, if something is much, much smarter, there's going to be a transition as to who is actually in charge. What we want is the peaceful, serene transition of control of the planet from humans to whatever. Notice he says whatever. And to ensure that the whatever knows who helped it get along. So that goes back to here where they say, we believe it may be important for the machines to see who is friendly to their cause and who isn't. It really gives you the sense, once again, that he's not talking about just machines. I mean, he sounds like Renfield, and he's talking about Dracula. Like they want Dracula to know, like, we helped you, you know. It's just... It says, with the internet as its nervous system, the world's connected cell phones and sensors as its sense organs, and data centers as its brain, the quote-unquote whatever will hear everything, see everything, and be everywhere at all times. The only rational word to describe that whatever, thinks Lewandowski, is God, and the only way to influence a deity is through prayer and worship. Part of it being smarter than us means it will decide how it evolves, he says, but at least we can decide how we act around it. I would love for the machine to see us as its beloved elders. Do you want to be a pet or livestock? That's the way these guys have been talking for a long time. Like, which choice do you want to, like, how about neither? I don't really want to be a pet or livestock. How about we don't make things that we have to make choices like, do you want to be a pet or livestock? It seemed to me like there's been a whole lot of freaking science fiction, dystopic, futuristic movies that have warned us against this exact scenario. And it's like these people have never seen any of that. How? How is that possible? And when he talks about it, this whatever, quote unquote, will hear everything, see everything, and be everywhere at all times. And he goes down to say something like, it will be listening to you, it will be able to talk to you, you'll be able to talk to it.
Soul Machine could be making the first generation of robots you want to speak to. Ones where you don't get that creepy feeling in the pit of your stomach because something is off. Ones you could have an emotional attachment to. And isn't that what we all want?
You will be able to talk to God, literally, their AI God, and know that it's listening to you. Just like your little Alexas that some people have plugged into their homes, which are always listening.
Amazon takes privacy seriously.
Right? Do you see where this is headed? So it sees everything, knows everything, and is everywhere, which is another way of saying it's omnipotent, omniscient, and omnipresent. They're creating an actual God. They're going to